Check, check. Welcome in, team. How are we doing this evening? Hope everybody's weekend was good. Oh, Happy New Year, Scotty. Happy New Year, man. Hopefully 2026 is good to all of us. We'll get started in 1 or 2 more minutes, guys. Just let everyone see the server message and get a chance to join. Oh, long weekend for you? Shoot, mine was fast. I even get up early and just slip away from me. Josh, SI1 exclamation. Interesting. All right, we'll look at it. Or is it just SI1? I have heartbreak every time I see silver keep going up because he messaged me. What was that, weeks ago or months ago? I said, wait for a dip, and it didn't dip. So I feel bad, man.
Are you
Sorry.
talking about when I still got in. I just waited for the next dip after we missed the first one.
Okay, good. Because I kept seeing, I was like, man, and I hate that when I tell people in DMs, I'm like, hey, you should wait. And then it keeps going. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. No, and I went aggressive into that last week's rally and then came out aggressively once it was, I think
Nice.
it did like a 9% day and I was like, yeah, this is a little too much.
All right. So far, let's see. Norvin's in here. Nice. We got Netflix from Avenger. Season here. USB from Norvin. Got that one from Josh. Is it SI1? Is that what it is, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're number three up, but I'll get to you right away. But yeah, guys, get your requests in. With that, we are gonna start with spies. We always do. We got 20 people in here. That's my usual. So I'm not gonna sound another ping. Seems everybody that wants to be here is. So put the request in, you guys. Like I said, if you're already in it and you're red, say, hey, where should I be getting out? Or you're in it, you're nice and green. You want some help on charting? Let me know. Just give me a little context. And it can be share plays too. It can be swings. It could be day trades. Whatever you guys want. So let's see. Let me get HAL. What's up, Roar? Good to have you, man. MSTR. Cool. That's the first six. I can definitely, we usually have, you know, 5 to 10, maybe 12 available to request. So there's still time if you guys do want to request some. Let me get this chat thing out of here. All right, guys, welcome in. Name is Starth1K. I'm a staff member here. If you guys are new, I see a few new names and faces, not faces, but names. But glad to have you guys in here. I always like to start out with SPY just to kind of show you guys kind of where we're at last week. We were talking up here on Sunday. I know I mentioned the 686 zone. We tested three days, once in the after hour session, and then 2 other days as well. And so it proved to be that level to watch. And Friday we sold under it. I'm on the 4 hour chart as of now. We sold under that, and so that's kind of the spot to watch. Is for me. Oh man, why is this super glitchy? Not a good start. Come on, computer, you can do it. Yikes. Hopefully I have to shut this down, but we'll see. Is that moving better? That's a little bit better. All right, so lost my train of thought. So we did sell under the 686 that we were talking last week. That's kind of this upper red zone here, the 685 to 686 zone. I kind of mentioned if we sell under that, look for these levels down here. We tagged this one quickly, the 688, 668 on Thursday. And then on Friday, we sold through it, got some candle closes under, some hourly closes under it. Ultimately, back half the day in the afternoon, bought it back up. And so, similar to how I was talking, this past Sunday, hey, watch that 686 zone. Now we're just moving down a little bit, but the plan remains the same. So, what I'm looking for here, guys, 682.89, basically 683. We can pinch some pennies here, but any test into here, whether it's tomorrow or the next day, whatever it is, this I think is the first zone that needs to be defended for buyers. And again, we can talk about long-term outlooks for weeks or months down the line, but this is just basically, the newer members that are here. This is kind of just your game plan of the week on what I would look for. So any bounces that holds here, we're proving that this afternoon session holds here, and we're going to try, or we would expect a retrace back up to that 685, this kind of red zone here. Do we get there? I don't know, because obviously see it kind of failed out there on Friday because we do have the daily 20 moving average, that green dashed line. So that is overhead, and as of now, that's providing a little bit of trouble. It's no accident right now. So that's the spot to watch. But again, if 683 holds, my watch list, unless it's something that's very, very weak, will be focused on trying to find something bullish to the market too as we push up to that. We tried that Friday, had the really weak morning session on Friday, tried to get us in. I already forgot the ticker. General Motors, GM, and just got caught in a chop and then a bounce that went against us. And so my game plan, as it is every single day and week, if the markets are pushing, I'm trying to get us in some bullish plays. If we sell under 683, I'm leaning bearish on the day, short term. Maybe that comes down in an hour. Maybe it takes a half an hour. I don't know how quick it does, but that'd be my first target is 681.68. Or if we kind of push up to here pre-market and we start failing up here, failed breakouts, opening ranges set, the first 90 minutes of the day. If we have not broken over that, I know this candle right here, this hourly candle sold all the way through it, but I always tell you guys repeatable price action. So if we're failing to break up and over into this zone here, then I would look to be short on QQQ, or excuse me, SPY, with stops maybe somewhere of that 685 zone. But, just for retracement back down if I see that zone start failing. So really two options. We'll kind of see, where we open at. We can talk about this and then sometimes wake up tomorrow morning, we like gap down or something like that. And so let's see where things go. But does anybody have any questions on SPY before we move on? Nothing, nothing, nothing. All right, on to your guys' watch list. Let me move this in my way again. All right, Avenger, let's take a look at Netflix. I know that was a shark trade. We talked last week. I know we talked several weeks ago. We had this trend line here, and unfortunately, really, really bad day for tech in general. The setup was there. It looked good, until it didn't. Unfortunately, you guys were in that trade. I think he recommended you guys close out, take a loss. I don't know how many people did. Hopefully, they followed. But let's chart out kind of where we stopped at, kind of this 90.8. I'll zoom out for us, kind of see how good my charting is and see if we kind of stopped at a spot that makes sense. We'll go the 4 hour here. It's gonna be pretty wide shot, but just hang with me here, guys. And we'll kind of just see where it's stopping out. If it makes sense, to buy the dip here, try to buy the dip. We'll see how far back we gotta go. So looks like I'm coming back to
Yo,
April.
1K.
What's up, man?
Is that green line, is that like an order block that got broken and it broke
Not an
support?
order block. I like to draw like top and bottom of range consolidation zones. The bottom we usually call them demand zones, and the top is supply. It's kind of a foggy statement on how you classify it. How much volume is stacked where, how many times it touches. But whenever we see just a bottom range like that, I like to call that like a big bottom of a range, demand zone, whatever you want to call it. Basically, trying to tell people, hey, we can buy puts underneath it, but don't buy puts at it. And it broke that, unfortunately. So we got to go back in time. We can see how big that level was. How when they bounced, they bounced over. When they sold, when they sold under here, they sold down. When they failed to break over, they sold down, sold down, sold down, 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 down. When it got up, it went up nicely, and then obviously earnings for continuation. So what I would show Avenger and the other guys looking at Netflix is this bottom range I drew that it closed out on Friday. And so we can see this price action here. Chop, fail to break out the next day, sell down. Push up 2 days later, fail to break over, sell down, sell down. We get back over it, we kind of move nice. We move up here, we come back to it. What are we doing? We're starting to see bounces, consolidation. We push up again to that green zone, which would now be red, resistance. And now this zone here. So I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit and then we'll go back to kind of present day. So this is again the 4 hour chart. And so what I just drew here is what I want you guys to focus on is we're sitting here at roughly, $91. So we're sitting right where it needs to bounce if we want to get bullish on it. But again, let's, if it breaks this level, do not just hold calls endlessly for a very bad loss, like especially anything, that expires this week or next week, possibly. Watch these spots here, this kind of 90.82 to 91 pocket here. I know there's some wicks underneath it. There's some candles below it, but that's the spot to watch. We see multiple bounces, multiple days. When it gets under, it gets ugly. No doubt about that. When it holds, it provides a bounce. Does it hold and does it go right to 100? We don't know. It could bounce for 15 minutes or 5 days. We don't know. But what we try and do, guys, is we try and find spots that make sense. Going back to present day here, hang with me. We're back here again. So what I tell people is, yeah, try and buy the dip with some calls, but maybe it consolidates a couple days and then we get the breakout. Or maybe it consolidates and we break down. We don't know. Or maybe you take calls, you get the move right away, or maybe you take calls and you take the loss right away. We just don't know. What's up? Oh, someone else had a little mic, but yeah, this is the spot to try, you guys. Again, I do not like puts. I do not like bearish positions, whether it's a day trader swings until we break under this little pocket here. So again, if this doesn't hold, we sell down, bounce back up, and they reject it again. Get in your puts. I know we wanted this breakout to happen, but the markets do not care what we want. We need to play the charts there in front of us. And if we're acting as, day traders or short to medium term swings, we need to play what's in front of us. And right now, that is this zone right here. Avenger 3 push wedge.
1K. If you could go back to that range where you kind of find where you were just at,
like earlier this year.
so just now, when you're watching Netflix to find the level where you're going back in time.
Give me one
I was
second.
actually going to tell you I kind of notify some levels when you see two institution, like let's say like movements, that do like huge green candles. That's why I kind of go back and see like at the 87, 88 level
Hmm.
on Netflix. Because I was trying to
Yeah.
go long around in 93, but it was
Hmm.
like in a box. And we saw that the box really broke now.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's a range, and like I try and teach people, I love finding these swing lows and swing highs in the market. So this one here, you wanna obviously time has passed. We can look at this in hindsight, but when something bounces here, let me get my drawings back. We bounce it here. We come back. We do it again. It's like, well, gee, shouldn't I mark this level and be ready for it again? And lo and behold, yeah, we got a kill candle through it, but it engulfed to close the day, and the 1-2 back-to-back bounces again. So kind of what Norvin's saying is you look for these, here's your swing high recent, rejections, but here are bounce zones below us and kind of this middle zone here, this 91 zone. It's just not, if we get under it, that's fine. Let's get bearish under this 91, but not until then. We don't want to take puts at support and then we bounce hard and you're like, well, why am I puts, instantly red? Stuff like this. And so this was Avengers request, but very, very nice spot here, you guys. Um, yeah, daily chart for sure. This is definitely, like I said, you guys. I know that didn't work out with Shark, but like this is the spot. If you talk to River about a 3-push wedge, I think he calls a setup. This is the spot to try it for sure.
you know which one has a kind of same similar setup? A little bit actually better. Microsoft, what it did on Friday, even though it gapped down, it literally hit like a buy orders where a lot of people long Microsoft. And you see it every time it hits it,
Hmm.
it just rips like at the 470, 480 level. It does like 20, $30 move.
Right.
Just did it like 5 times already.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go back if we got time, brother. Let's see. I just want to set some alerts here because I kind of like this setup for sure. So I'm basically setting an alert. Do we get a breakout of this little afternoon range here from Friday, or are we selling down? It's going to alert me as well. That's all I do. That's all I do when I wait for plays, you guys, for setup stuff like that. Yeah, Avenger. Real quickly, last thing on this. Netflix. Yeah, as long as your port can handle it. May, at the money. Um, Contract should be very, relatively speaking, if your port can handle it, they're $600-800 for sure, but definitely a spot to watch. So just find some good liquidity, and we'll chat a little bit more. But all right, USB, you're up, Norvin. USB.
Thanks. Yeah, this trade is kind of like how you trade. Low IB. Your IB doesn't really get killed on names like this. There's liquidity in the contracts. Um, just like how cup and handle forming here. 3 weeks out. $55 in the money. Not too expensive. Playing the earnings call on the 16th, but I'm still looking to play to the upside.
Yep.
I think the
I got
contracts are around
levels.
$80.
I got levels here. I don't know if that's from you or for somebody else, probably you a couple weeks
Yeah,
back,
it's
but
probably me.
it's cool that it comes back. We tried this out, and I had this zone here saying I'm not going to toot my own horn, but probably back test for this level here, because if this was an all-time high and they're back testing, they sold under. So now what we're doing here is kind of my bread and butter is, they're testing this zone here, and we're now breakout retesting. As of now, it's holding. And so Norvin and anyone else watching this is basically want to break over 54 and prove that 54 holds, whether it's, during the day, you're just taking it for a day trade, or looking for something, longer swings. But this 54 holds because we're saying, hey, we're back over this resistance here. And what do we do when we're back over that? We're making a support zone here, and we're looking for that push up. So very, very nice trade. Easy, at least a $1 target. And you're only risking, if you take it here, you're only risking, 40-cent downside to sell underneath that. If you want that much risk on, you could certainly, cut under somewhere like under Friday's close if you wanted less risk, and just get on the put side if you see this failing. But easy. There's no reason that we can't go for this target on a push
Yeah,
up, multi-day push for sure.
that's my target right there. I don't really care if it goes 200%. Uh, like 60%. I'll be happy with that.
Yep, for sure, man. All right, guys. Josh, I think I asked you SIL, right? Cool. Let me know if I'm wrong, Josh. Are you still in here, brother? Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry. What's the call in USB? So it'd be at the money like a 55 call or a 54.5 call. I'm just answering a question here. Are you in this one, brother, or what were you looking for on this? Sorry, I forgot the
Oh,
chat
this is
history.
SIL. Could you try it's SI1?
SI1. All right.
Does it
So
pull I
what
it's
do
on
we
Trading View. Do the exclamation. See if it works. Nothing.
let me type it again. SI1.
We could just do SLV, honestly.
Okay, cool. So what you think on this, brother? Buying the dip soon?
Um, could you go to the 2 hour?
Oh man, you're gonna make me change things up. Absolutely, I can. Intraday 2 hour. Here we go. 20 days. I think that's it. Let's see. There we are. All right, what you see?
Yeah, and you can see if you want to slap maybe like a river trend line from the top.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. One, two, probably three. Depends where I draw. Let's see.
Yeah, if you do it like candle closes, then it does work better, but
It's kind of hard. I always feel like I'm cheating
yeah,
to go
it's
back and
not
forth, but
perfect.
yeah.
It's not perfect, but just to get the gist of where it is. Um, so that kind of breaks the downtrend. And then I got out Friday most of my position and Tuesday the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just waiting to see where we sell off to. I knew some sort of sell off was coming.
Right.
But we are trading right at the range of, you know, basically where we were on like the last 2 days of the big week we had. What is it? It's like a week or two ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're seeing, dips get bought this 64.7-ish. I know it kind of nibbled a little bit under like 64s. Like 64s has been the short-term bottom, as in, like the last week or two. Down
So
here.
yeah,
We're
this is what I
definitely,
was looking for, I guess, is like where's that short term bottom? It seems like they're
yeah.
holding that level really well.
And I think
Um,
you take longer term swings, right?
yeah, so right now I'm in July calls.
Mm-hmm.
I bought some on Friday. Um, so yeah, July, September, May, depending on what it is and like the size of the position.
Nice. Yeah, I would call this thick line here kind of like our middle zone. So yeah, you got down in here somewhere under that, which is good. As of now, you should be seeing some nice profits. So kind of this middle zone here, the 67.48 zone that holds, look for that push in that 71 zone again. That Wednesday high would be like a perfect exit for me. I know, you got longer term contracts, but you want to take some risk off and trim here. Chart says trim right there, and very, very nice bottom bounces, clear as day. We're on the 2 hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7, 8 candles bouncing down here. So definitely a spot to nibble down here. There's definitely interest on keeping over 64 for sure. And 71, clear as day, failed breakout, pre-market failed breakout during the day. And so, you know, even if they're long day contracts, brother, for me, it just says, hey, sell where the chart tells you, and that at least trim some, because you don't want to, you got in somewhere here. You don't want to catch this move and go, oh, I got July. Well, shit, now I'm break even. Oh, I got July contracts. Don't sell. Now I'm break even. It's like, well, you could have trimmed twice, reloaded down here. So, very
Yeah.
nice chart. Nice range on it for sure, man.
In the bullish case scenario, so let's say this move out is sustained, what would you look for in terms of a break and a retest to kind of hold that case forward? So now from where we broke up from right now.
Yeah. So I mean, first things first for me, how I trade stuff, whether it's short term or not, is obviously the longer expiration it is. I'm sitting on larger time frames. I'm not really looking at a 5 minute, but I'm aware of the chart. But basically, it's a stair step up. So this is kind of our middle zone, like I said. My focus this week, again, even though you have July contracts, keep eyes on this level here. If this holds, we start pushing up, like I said, trim here, and then all your focus is the rejection smackdown zone a few days ago. So again, you trimmed, you reduced some risk. We get the push up here over 71. That's really all your focus is. So we've seen, you know, breakout, retest, support. We're now breaking out, retest support, hypothetically, and then up here, breakout, retest support, and we just keep legging up. Whether it happens, a couple days or months, we don't know. But that's all I do is just the recent. Where's my recent high where it kicked back down? Right here. So now we want to hold that. Where's the next recent high where it got kicked down? Right here. So when we push up to that, that's all we want to do is hold it. And that's, my day trades I give in my tab. That's all I'm doing is, I look for a sell down. Where did it bounce last? That definitely needs to be a target to the downside. Or for calls, this recent high is now taken out. So now I start looking left and look at this little cluster here. Look at this up here for sure. So, but again, it's a mind game. It's a mental battle with you. Your long swings that you take. You buy that time for a reason, but at the same time, if you get this move in a day or two, it's like, well, okay, your insurance policy was you bought time, but if it's showing you profit, just take it, brother. And then leave a
Yeah.
runner. Leave a runner so you're not like, shit, I sold in 2 days and now it's up here at 80. You don't want to be doing that, but at least trim. Get the all-time high breakout, and then you just ride that wave. When everyone's chasing, you're down here at your 65s.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been treating it more like a day trade, but just expanding the time frame, which is why I've been looking really just at like the 4 hour, the 2 hour.
Yep, I never love
Um,
that, man. But all right, brother, move on. I don't mean to cut you off, but we got some requests rolling in. I want to get to
I
everyone
don't
if
know.
we can.
Thank you, by the way.
Yep. Swim, you're up. Looking to get out on HAL. Let's take a look. Ooh, well, you're gonna have to wait. Let's see what it's doing. Why is it gapping up? Let me go back here. Don't have any lines here, so we're starting from zero. I'm gonna slap a couple here. Just fries high, what we're sitting at now. What's this company do? Anybody know? Hopefully this person knows, but
I think it's a military company, 1K. I think
military.
this whole Venezuela thing has something to do with it's up.
Oh yeah, okay, interesting. All right, so we are gapping all the way up here. Wait, no, yes, 34. Yes, we're gapping. We're at 34, 36. So yeah, we're close to this level here, but we can definitely trade it, but we need to use caution because you don't want to get rug pulled. We see the hype and people want to chase the hype. Sometimes the hype continues and sometimes it gets faded. So 34 username swim. That's what I'm gonna focus on here for you. You see how this shakes out here. Oops, there we go. Yeah, so okay. See if there's any commentary on it. Nothing yet. Cool. So on the daily here, let me get out of this really quick. Losing my train of thought. So we're going to focus on this green line here as I go the daily. And we zoom back to right here is now, well, 2 years ago, December 7th, 2023. We see our bounces, kind of bottom of the range, that demand zone we kind of mentioned or talked about. And we get the push up continuation. We come back to it. A little bit of consolidation, a little bit of sells. Ultimately, that big engulfing candle down. And then this thing's been beaten down again. I'm not sure in the sector, you guys kind of told me in the chat. And now we're coming back to it here in the after hour session. So that's the spot to watch, you guys. Again, repeatable price action. If 34 proves that it holds with caution, and I'm saying that with caution, or excuse me, with air quotes, because this move, people want to jump on this hype train and they could just rug pull us instantly open or a few minutes after the open. So it just makes things tricky. But purely off this chart here, if 34 can prove to hold, I don't know, options liquidity on this zone here. Definitely a very tradable for a potential $1 final target. So if you could even grab like the 34 call, so if they sell through it, you're not super far out of the money. You're just a few cents out of the money as they sell out of it. A little bit easier to get out of potentially. You catch that move up, you're catching a whole $1 move. Basically, you look at the delta on your contract, and you're going to get that full dollar amount for that $1 move. But again, we're playing the backside of news. So this move, again, we could chop up here, we could sell, or we could rip. I don't know. Just be cautious with this stuff, guys. The same stuff with, stuff that short squeezes. People get rug pulled really bad, or they trade the weed stocks based on, whatever the government's saying. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So just be careful on this name, you guys. But again, 34 is the spot to watch. Just username swim. Set an alert here or just keep an eye on the charts. And I would say, like, a hold over this and a retest on like at least a 15-minute candle. Again, check the options liquidity. They gapped up. So weekly options may not even have any volume priced in here. So, you may have to wait for some volume to roll in here because you don't want to be buying a 34 strike and literally, well, let's take a look. You don't want open interest to be at 0 because you'd literally be the only one in it. So we are, what I say, we're at $34. If you take a 35 strike, yeah. So as of last week, there are 2 people in this contract. Okay, 2 people. So you want to be a degen and you buy 30 of these and you're in profit and nobody else buys with you. Who's going to buy these? Nobody. You said a sell where I can't get filled. I can't get filled. Well, if there's no interest, literally, if there's no interest in this contract, you'll be in, 50, 60% up, again, hypothetically, and you can't get out of it. There's no volume on Friday. Well, it's cleared, but there's no volume on Friday. It will clear, excuse me. And then as of now, people that swung calls, there's 2. So be careful on this setup, you guys. Be careful on this trade. Don't just dive into stuff because it's going up. So DMs are always open if you want to talk about it more. But I'm going to move on. I think we had MSTR next. Are they still in here? Yep. All right. What's you in on this one? Are you in this one or just looking for a setup on this one?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I was just interested in if you had any idea what would happen, say, so I think his average cost is around 75,000, Michael Saylor.
Mm-hmm.
You know it, like they own the Bitcoin stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I know
I
of
was
it,
just
but yeah.
curious. Yeah, I was curious what would happen if this, like, if it dropped down, say Bitcoin has a really bad drop here and it goes down. Some people say, it's going to millions. Some people say this, whatever. Say it goes down like 20K, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if the company, like, would it be possible for the company to get taken off of like the stock exchange or no? Like, what's the worst possible thing? And if you were shorting it, like, how would that work?
So you're saying like because MicroStrategy because of the Bitcoin they hold? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like how are they? It's I don't know if this is a great question, but how are they able to stay profitable? Say if Bitcoin starts heading down to 60, 50, 40, 30, and
I
like,
mean,
is it ideal to keep shorting it because it's been dropping since summer? It used
right,
to be like 450-ish.
right. I haven't looked at this chart in a while. Oh wow, damn.
Yeah, because I used to short this back in the summer and it was like really good. But now
Damn.
I'm like, man, if this comes back up, right, if Bitcoin heads to all-time highs again, this is gonna be a 500, $600 stock probably. And he
Yeah.
keeps buying like every single week. So it was kind of just a question, where do you think it's gonna go and what would happen if it went really bad?
I mean, it's not going to get taken off. I mean, it could, anything's possible, but it's like there, there are so many millions and billions behind the market that we can't even think about or even know about. And it's like, you know, there may be something on Twitter that says, I just gotta be careful how I speak. There could be something on Twitter that says like, they're in, they're shorting this or that, or they're kind of got caught their pants down, so to speak. But it's like that's the little chunk you hear about, but there's so much more to it, and there's so many more millions and billions of any company and any big, hedge funds and stuff like that they own so much. I mean, I don't think this is going to get, it's getting its ass kicked right now for sure, no doubt. And this is
Right,
definitely
right.
a spot to buy it. But I mean, if there's any hype or any verbiage on that, like on Twitter, like they're not going to go under, but they could be in a very very bad position because it happens to a lot of companies, a lot of people, and that yeah, companies do close. You do hear about that from time to time, but it's not. I think was it Rivers talking. I don't know if it was on a private chat or in a VC about like someone's in silver shorts or something like, yeah, they're not having a good day, but it's like, I don't know. It's not like the
Right,
whole fund
right.
is in that. I don't know if that really answers your question, but it's
Yeah.
scary for sure for people that are big funds that are, caught off sides on a move that, a war that happens over the weekend and they're not positioned. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, I mean, it could happen, but
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
if I don't know if your thing is like uh would you say there's a support or sorry, resistance? I'm looking at my phone right now. At like 168-ish, like on the 1 month I'm looking at. It's hit
Yeah,
like 168 and then like 168 like twice there and it's up right now $7 overnight.
yeah, 164. Good eye. Glad you said that. So let me look. So yeah, here's the daily. So if we kind of see this 166.28, I got some lines from someone asking about it. So if we go like intraday to kind of see where we're at. Um, so cleared the daily 9 moving average. We haven't talked about that tonight. We talked about the 20, but this purple line is the daily 9.
Mhm.
So SmackDown didn't get there. SmackDown, 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 SmackDown. We're now over it. So they gapped over. They kind of cheated. They need the after hour session to gap over it. I say that jokingly, but yeah, this is a spot up here, brother. This 166 to 166.28 because let me get a drawing mode here. So just kind of cheat. So oops, up in here. So you can see how the kind of the battle is here where we sell down, they consolidate, sell down, consolidation, kick down. That's our bounce up zone, bounce. When it rejects hard. So that's the spot to watch. If you're anybody that's looking at this, if you're late chasing, you better be exiting at 166.28 or at least trimming most of them. I would not chase this move here. If we continue to push up, definitely, like I say, wait for a breakout retest, prove that the retest holds, that they're going to go up for another leg. I don't like people buying the tops of candles because shit can get ugly. You don't want to get caught chasing tops here, getting a kill candle like that. And so in this resistance here, yeah, 166 to 166.28. And really, if they kind of get over this zone here, I would call this a little bit, it's not consolidation like it's 20 cents, but this is kind of like that upper range zone where I kind of talk about that, red zone, supply zones, whatever. Break and hold of that, and you kind of cleared this little range here. So this little chop range here, sold down, leg down, and now that's going to be the focus of the buyers or the bulls. They want to push up over this, and then they clear this whole range here, and then they try for the leg up. But sellers, obviously, it's an even clearer picture what they want to do. They want to start smacking it down as they get into here. So that's the spot to watch in here. Not a bad chart. Nice request actually. Super nice spot to watch right into here. This I don't trade this. I'm not going to mark an alert, but anybody likes this name, this 166. Watch that spot there for sure, man.
All right, sweet. Appreciate it. Thank you
Yep.
for your time, 1K.
Yep. All right. Avenger, I'll come back to KO if you're still in here. Let's see. Why is this chat? There we go. Roro bailed out. Skipping you. Sorry. I know I always go long, guys. This person bailed. I must be taking too long. Sorry. Biffy in here. Cool. Let's take a look at Walmart. I love that name. One of my favorites. Watch rejection of 112.8 to 113, basically. I think it puts, okay, cool. Let's take a look here. Oh, yeah. Ooh, very nice setup. Might steal this one, brother. And I will give you credit for sure if I alert this, but I like this a lot, actually. This is, this is just how I like to trade. I find my tops, repeatable price action. I know River and me differ on this, that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, look for a breakout. But for me, I need the breakout to happen. But if we take puts and the breakout happens, that's fine. We'll flip our bias, sometime that day or that week and then get into some 113 calls. But for me, I want to go, I look at this and go rejection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So, 5 days did it. Why won't the 6 do it? So good eye. This is perfection for me on how I like to trade Biff. Another target downside could be right here and a break up. I'm just going to zoom out in 1 second, kind of see it's 112.8. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. So breakout, bottom, bottom, bottom. I know we got these after hours wicks here, but it's our bottom bounce zone. Come back to it, try to be our bottom, sell down. So now this is our top. It's our top. It's our top. this is definitely, I'd be treating this as a top for now. So yeah, I don't think they have half strikes, Biff. So like a 112 put, very, very nice. You're closer to 113 than a 112, but as long as liquidity is there, very, very nice setup here. I like this a lot, actually. Yep, I see those other requests for CVX. I'll get to them as quick as I can, guys. I'm going to send an alert here because I'm cheating and building a trade plan right here with you guys. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll check that price action tomorrow. Nice request, though. Love this name a lot. Might be biased, but it might be my favorite of the night so far for sure. All right. CVX, and then what was it, KO, and then I'll check the time because I think I would look at, I want to show you guys Lyft and DraftKings if you guys are interested in that. Of course, a gap up oil stuff. This is the sit and wait out for me, guys. I can't chase. I don't like momentum trading, whether it's earnings or stuff like that. It's just me not trying to shoot you down this setup here. Let's 173 and some change. Where's that on the daily? $168 is up. Is that all-time high? No, not all-time high. So we're sitting at 173 and some change. I'm on the weekly chart here for you guys that request this. Basically just big picture look. I want to see where it's kind of not stalling, but stopping. And I definitely have 2 wicks for sure. That makes sense to me. Right here, actually more than that, but 1, 2, 3, candle close right there. And these 2 right here, very, very interesting. So again, I know this is a momentum trade because of stuff with Venezuela. Again, I don't know if this continues as far as this gap up. That's crazy. Didn't XL just have a monster day Friday? Like somebody always knows. It's probably Trump's son doing that. No, I don't know. CVX. Same thing as HAL, you guys. Again, the huge gap up. Just got to be careful. Don't want to get caught with your pants down this one. 173. That's the spot to watch. Again, break and retest, hold, push up to that 174.6, get over that, and we'll clear that area from the daily. But this is the big zone here that, how long ago was that? Man, my computer's just not doing it tonight. There we go. This is the zone back from 3 years ago, pretty much. So that's the spot to watch again, this 173. See that cluster here on the weekly. Again, I don't want to shrug you off on this charting. I just don't like these type of trades. I like just retested stuff of recent price action. But again, we'll chart it for you. Any sell under that, and that could trigger a decent sell. But I think, I don't know, but my gut is the first dip is probably not the dip to chase on puts because I think they're probably going to buy it back up just based on the news. Basically, if stuff kind of settles down in Venezuela, I don't know if that's possible because there's a lot of news floating around about us taking over and controlling oil and all that stuff. This is going to be a hot sector. Everybody's going to want it. So if we buy a dip, see if I can go to 4 hour and see intraday where we would buy a dip at. Oh, we got some ugly candles now. How far back do I got to go? I mean, I would love, man, if we could test this. Basically 169. If we could go back and test that level, that recent high, that'd be a better dip entry to buy for me. I just don't love these trades like this, but 169. I'll send an alert for that. I can at least do that in good conscience, but I don't want to chase this hype name. Just not my style, or at least if I do, I'm not going to alert it because I don't want try and trade some slower moving stuff, but it's moving. But just keep an eye on that level, guys. All right. Vina, I think I'm saying your name correctly. Until Yeah, let's look at Intel. It's been a favorite lately. Vina, are you already? Oh, wait, sorry. It says right here. You're in February and March. Calls the money. Are you in profit already, Avina? Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Feel free to unmute if you want or type in the chat.
Yeah, I already bought and sold last week, but I'm just looking to re-enter.
Yeah, so what I would do, let's see. And again, you would probably get back into February and March calls again.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of price action here, and I'll kind of show you the reasoning that at least how I like to trade. Let me do this real quick. So this green line here that I got drawn for us. So you see it made this nice little, and this is just kind of how I like to trade. Again, I like to trade a swing high here and a push up. And what do we get? We consolidation over the swing high, we continuation up. Consolidation on the 4-hour, downside. Magnet, again, magnet right here, again, right here, again, right here. And so we zoom over to present day, and we're kind of coming back there. So this top range here, basically 40 to 40.4, I would kind of call a no chase zone. I personally would not take that. If you can be patient and you get this move, 1 second here, 30-minute chart, clear these drawings. Any retest into here, I think, is a super, super good buyable dip. Because again, I was on, what was that, the 4-hour chart, and I circled all those zones where it kept kind of being a magnet towards that. And what did we do on Friday? We pushed up, and I'm on the 30-minute chart here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 30-minute candles failed to break over. Resistance. All right, no big deal. Maybe you sold up here. Great if you did. What do we want to see? We want to see a back test, because what is that proving? That is saying all this resistance here, all that resistance from back in the day I just showed you guys is now flipping support. They bounced that there, and that is buyers taking control, saying, hey, this was your top sellers. We're taking it from here. We're going to potentially leg up. And so if you catch this dip here at this like 30, anywhere in these wicks here from Friday is a super, super good buyable dip. You can, if you want, and you're a day trader, take your puts down into here. Again, hypothetically, we open here, sell down, or if you don't like, this trade to the downside, just wait for this. Set an alert here at 39.65. This is super, super nice chart, you guys. Nice request. And then this top side move, let me take a look again what that's doing. Nice job on this one. Oh, yeah. Okay, so see where it's kind of stalling out now. What are we doing? We're coming back under this bottom here. So it's no accident that it's kind of stalling out here. So it's either going to take, which this could be a very good thing for tomorrow. I mean, if you're not in, you guys might be a little sad, but now all the volume is going to start pouring in this week. So we're out of a holiday week. This big resistance zone here, if this move happens, for me, we get that breakout over 40.4. I would not be chasing puts because we're like, hey, it's going up too fast or too high. That's where same thing down here, a breakout retest of 40.14 can work as well. What are we saying? We're breaking over this bottom side resistance. And now we're flipping it support. Super, super nice request. Your nice setup, you guys. Again, any guys that want that, a dip to 39.65 or a breakout of 40.14, because we're buying the breakout, the bottom sides of these wicks here. We're saying, hey, you guys bounced it here a couple weeks ago. Let's put the bounce on it again and break out again. So very, very nice request. Nice job on this one. All right. KO, Avenger, you're still in here. Thanks for sticking around. And I'm going to try and sneak in Lift, I think. Ooh, KO. Oh, shit, this was our entry down here, huh? Interesting. We haven't talked about it. We got that divergence going on. Let's see. A lot of people hate divergence, but in the right context, I think it's very powerful. What do we got going here? So we got like big time here. RSI sold way down more, and I'm not gonna say we're not even close to that, but we didn't quite get down there, but interesting. So I would look for on this, yeah, venture anybody that likes watching this trade. Basically, this was a good buy zone here. Extend this out. Wow, can't believe 2026 already. Crazy. Let me clear this so we got some space. Super cheap name, really easy getting these contracts, you guys. The screen zone, we took our calls here, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, looks like. Down this green zone, basically 68.93. Avenger has a good eye, repeatable price action. We may be watching that. Let's move this alert up. See if we get that this week. This could be a nice reentry try on this for sure. Does it bounce? We get the move, pay the next day? I don't know, but this is the spot to do it. So anywhere down into here, you guys, you can see this green zone, this first green zone down into here, 68.84 to 68.93. Again, if you guys like to trade slower moving names that don't raise your blood pressure, this is one of them. It moves nice. It pays very nice every single day. Every day, I can point out a 20% or better trade on this name. I don't always take it, but I could easily show it every single day. If you guys don't like the SPY, the SPXs, this is the spot. This is the name to trade. So again, we're coming back in this zone here. Nice step on this, or excuse me, good eye on this, catching this again. Let's wait and see. Repeatable price action. We got that bounce there last week or last entry. So let's see. It's checking some like February OPEX contracts. What did I say that was? 68.93. So 69 or 70 call. Not a lot of open interest in February yet. Into January, we could for sure smack some 2 to 3 weeks out. Good open interest. Late February, how are we looking? Oh, there we go. So into February, Avenger for sure. 10,000 OI, yeah. You could smack. They don't have the 69 call. I would definitely go 70 call for sure. I wouldn't go 72.5. Your delta's not going to work for you that good on that one. But March, yeah, March, very tradable as well. And this is on the close, so the spread's probably gapped, but about a $10 spread, not too bad. Again, you have to go 70. But again, like we did last time, you get a 70 call. We push up, into the 70, you're in the money already. So bummer they don't have a 69.5, but that's all right. Not that big of a deal. March, yeah. So they probably only open those weeklies once this starts, probably, is my guess. I don't know about that smart, but definitely into January for sure if you want to get on that 68 call. So it expires, in, I don't know, not quite 30 days, but 20 some days. You're only paying $122 for it. Not that bad. Yeah, your expiration, the Dubai, I think I'm saying your name correctly, probably not. Basically, what you want to look for is open interest. That means people are currently in the contract. So you don't want open interest as 0 because you'll be the only person in that contract. You don't want that. So the expiration date just depends on how much risk you want to take. If you buy more time, it means you can sit through a little bit of a dip, whether it's on a 5 or 15 minute, and you'll be okay. If there's September contracts or May contracts, but if something expires in 4 days, you probably want to get out if they break this low. And so basically it's just the amount of time that you can afford and that you want. The percent gain will not be as big on like a May or a June, but you have that safety of saying, hey, I'm going to enter here. I want to sell here, 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 like we did all the way up. Not bragging, just saying when you have time in your contract, you can let the move play out. And you're basically kind of just looking at the hourly, 4-hour candles, daily candle closes. You set alerts on the way up and just go, hey, trim, trim, trim. But if you're in something that expires, in 2 or 3 days, you're kind of zoomed in. Definitely on intraday look just on what's going on that day and you need that move. So, you get calls down here for a day trade. You're not looking for 755 in one day. It's not going to happen. It could happen. It happened here, but it's not likely. So nice setup. All right. I think I got at least one request from everybody in. I'm going to show you guys a couple here if you don't mind. I was looking at Lyft, some big money hit Lyft. They kind of chased. I think they got news. What day was it? It wasn't that far back. I'm on the 4 hour here. I'm going to 1 hour. Some news hit on Lyft, I think. I don't know when that flow came in, but Avenger might know. It's like $1 million hit on some calls for Lyft, which is big money. Doesn't mean it has to pay, but it's something I want to keep note of. And so I'm being patient on Lyft. I'm not in it yet, but I want to show you guys this chart because I think it's very, very tradable. If we get a very nice dip into this bounce zone, this demand zone, whatever you want to call it, this green zone down here. So if we go like this, like shit, that's a long way down. You go like this, you're like, wait a minute, 19.9 to 19.46. We're talking about a 50-cent move down. That's nothing. So I'm looking for a dip to buy on this. I'm not in yet. I was being patient on an alert, but it would be probably a swing depending on how market conditions look. We could definitely day trade it for sure. But what I'm getting at, guys, is this sell down into this proven zone here, and they just buy it, they buy it, they buy it, they consolidate, and they get their breakout. That's fine. We missed it. The daily 9 moving average is right here at basically 1954. So what happened if we get a down day? This is going to stair step down. It's basically going to be stacked right there. So that's kind of like our double support. I like to call out when I see it. And that'd be the dip I want to buy. Basically some 1946. We do that. And clear these drawings here. And into January, because I think we can get, we can get a 19.5 strike, right? So we'd be instantly in the money, which is good. If we dip out of it, we wouldn't be hurt too bad. Into February, very nice open interest, obviously March and February as well, but a 20 strike, we're talking into March, a 20 strike, $220. Into February, $1.88, $188. So very, very tradable. Very, very nice setup on this one for sure. Oh yeah, Avenger put it in the chat here. Yeah, this came in on Lyft. So a 21 call for February 26. They bought 10,000 contracts for 1.2 million. Does it have to pay? Absolutely not. I can show you guys flow hits every single week where big money rolls in, and I watch them and I add them to a watch list, a private watch list I have on Unusual Whales. And sometimes they don't even close out. I just see them go worthless. I see them go down 80%, and then they close. So just because that happens doesn't mean it has to pay, but it is something to take note of. February 20th, what did I say? 21 call, 10,000 contracts. Yeah, right here. They are still in it right here. So something to watch there. Again, don't get overhyped. Don't chase the hype just because you see it. But again, it's part of the checklist. It's part of my checklist of stuff I watch for. I think DraftKings, yes, I believe so. Let me see, was this what I was looking at? DraftKings is usually very good with sports betting in January and February. Doesn't mean it has to happen again, but historically, DraftKings, January and February is a good month for it. And again, similar price action, you guys. We have a top, we have a top, we have a top, we have a top, a top, a top, a top that broke out. And what are we doing? I'm looking to see if we retest that, and that retest holds 35.44. So I don't know if there's a half strike. It would probably be a 36 strike for a day trade, possibly swings. Not overly confident because yes, we're retesting this level. We got this to chew through, and then we got this. This would be a little bit worrisome if we don't get a clean move up on the first day, or as we push up into it. If we start seeing a little bit of chop and some kickback, why aren't we getting paid? We look left, it's this stuff right here. And so it could pay for sure off that 35.44, or we could clear this range here. Obviously, if we zoom left, there's going to be more stuff over 36 flat, but we could also wait for us to clear, this junk here if we wanted to, and then just get that breakout there. So that's what I'm watching. Yeah, I only alert 1, maybe 2 trades a day. I look for higher quality trades. For me, less is more. I added up everything last week. I think I only took like 130 trades all year last year. So I'm just, I don't trade Fridays and earnings week and then holidays. That's, 252 trading days a year. It's basically a one trade a day. So, but yeah, any ideas I'm watching for sure. I just try and keep my tab kind of clean. I don't like to just throw a bunch of charts in there because it's overstimulated. We got like more than 10 people alerting stuff in here. So another one, you guys, non-official alert. There's some big money on, I think, May or June Neo calls. I sold up here. I think I bagged like 38%. I'm looking to reload somewhere down here, you guys. This is a spot to watch on Neo. Let's zoom out real quick. This 491, big thick level here. We're gonna go to the daily. Look at that thick line down there, guys. Shares, if you believe in the company, for a share flip or investment or leaps or long swings. Again, not financial advice. I like it down here at this 491. So I'm looking to reload. I didn't like the trade enough when I got in, and then I was on Christmas break. Unfortunately, we had profit. So that's the story with that. But I'm looking to reload down here. If we do sell below this, some things to watch here, guys. All three moving averages, the 9, the 200, the 20. If we sell through it, would now be overhead, and those would be resistance, so not ideal. But this isn't just like a random recent bounce spot. This is just it could sell through, but a spot that I say like kind of too big to ignore, where you definitely, for me, I don't want to be bearish. And if you get in here at 4.9, you buy the 5 call, you get a 10-cent move up, you're in the money. So that's what I'm looking for in this one. Potentially a swing on this one. Again, it's Neo NIO. And I think that's it. Is there any other requests I had? I don't think I see anything else. We can end the chat with 2 minutes to spare. Just scrolling, making sure. Let's see. Got that one. PayPal. Let's do a crash. All right, and then that's the last one, guys. I had to zoom out, brother. I had to find a couple lines. Biff was asking me, what's the next level? I had to zoom out a little bit. We are at this stupid Zoom thing in here. I don't know if we're 52. Well, it's a new year. I guess we can't call it 52-week lows, but basically, yeah, stupid Zoom chat's in the way. There we go. Move that to the top. Right here, August of this past year, August 25. So, yeah, crash immediately. I'm looking at this here on the 4-hour. See if we got some divergence here on this. I'm feeling we might. Could be wrong. Let's see. Ooh, we do. Expiration on Neo. Send me a DM. Oh, we got a little bit of time here. Let me see. I was kind of cryptic, but I put it in the pro chat. I didn't say I was in, but I was. See if I can find it really quick. Just gonna spend a couple minutes looking for it, and I'll be happy to show you. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Wait, where'd it go? Yeah, so I posted this on December 4th. So it's a Neo 5 call from May 15th. If you guys want to tail that one as well. Again, just because it is big money doesn't mean it has to pay, but that's the watch. Neo 5 call May 15th. PayPal. Yeah, crash. I'm looking at this, man. Definite bounce zone here from November. Was that dividend day, whatever that was there? A lot of people hate divergence. We do have low by divergence going on right here, meaning we have a low and a higher low on the RSI. And the chart did not, it's basically tagging the same spot. So it's kind of telling us that this recent sell is a little bit weaker. It can fail, it can fake you out, but it's a very nice thing to watch on the charts. I'd like to point it out on larger time frames. I don't trade on like the 5 or 15. Back to Zoom chat. But yeah, Crash, this is definitely it's just getting its butt whooped. But you know, everything kind of had a bad Friday. But I mean, I don't love it here just because I feel like this, to me, this is kind of a 50-50 trade because we can get short on it, but I'm not super confident we're gonna make it down here because I got all this junk right here. We can long it. I'm not confident we're getting here because we have these big smackdowns here. And so not my favorite setup, but on a larger time frame, I know you like to swing and do your shares as well. Definitely something to watch. Let me tag this low here, see what that's doing on the daily. All right, zoom out, go back in time. 57.65. I mean, I think we need to get another wick down here, but if you believe in the company, and I know you do, not just give me shit, this is the spot down in here. So we're trading at basically $58. If we were to get into some long swings, how I see it, you know, we're basically risking down this 57. You know, we could say, hey, we're gonna get some June contracts. We may not be right away, but you know, when I see all these buybacks sell through, yes, sell through, but buyback, 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 buy. When I see that over and over and over, and we go to present day of March this year, and now we go here, I'm like, that's one of those things where, you know, it's only $1 against us, but if we get a realistic strike and a bunch of time, I think this can, you know, be a good trade. What I'm going to do personally, I don't load it for a day trade, brother. I know you didn't say, hey, let's day trade it, but you just one perspective. I'm gonna get an alert down here because I like those kind of sneaky retail that chase bottoms. They're like, oh, we're going more. They don't see this big bounce zone here. They don't zoom out. I love stuff like that. So I'm personally gonna wait for 57 zone. Maybe we get it in a day or a week or in 6 months. I don't know. Or maybe we bounce from here. But that's kind of the spot to watch. Best case scenario for any long swings or shares, we trickle down into here and we start seeing fake sells under, buyback, fake sells, buyback, consolidation. Let these moving averages catch up, curl underneath us, and we reverse. We build a nice base down here, hypothetically, form a nice reversal. So that's kind of what I'd be watching for. So basically, you know, I want this to form, you know, a hold zone. Maybe we get off 57.65. I don't know. But right now, I just don't love where it's at. I want to clear something up here to take a trade or smack something down here. Maybe even a nice little double bottom from previous day. I can dig that for sure. Cool. All right, guys, it's 6:05. I need to eat some dinner and watch some football and relax. I appreciate you guys all sticking around, man. 20 or 22 of you stuck around. Appreciate it, guys. You guys are putting in the work. Like I always say, you guys are the one that succeed because you're not just, you know, looking for free alerts every single day. You're coming here asking questions, whether it's me, River, Tosi. We appreciate you guys. DMs are always open, you guys. Send me a DM. Say, hey, I'm looking at this chart, but I'm gonna press you guys. I'm gonna say, hey, you know, why do you want to get in this trade? What's your stop out level? I'm not just gonna say, hey, here's your levels. I don't hold hands. I'm not mean, but I want you guys to put in some work because when you start trading on your own, it's a beautiful thing. Still thinking about some things this week. I may send out something tomorrow. Might be doing something on my own and some in like a private group chat. We will see. Have not decided yet because we got mastermind going. We got stuff from Toasty going, so I don't want to interfere with that. But I have some ideas I've been bouncing around with River. So we shall see. That's all the hint you get. It's nothing super, super exciting. It's basically just a bet on yourself. So, but with that, you guys, I'll leave you on the cliffhanger with that. Have a good night, you guys. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.